There's a strange phenomenon happening right now. Millions of people wake up every morning with the same feeling, not laziness, not entitlement, not lack of discipline, just a quiet thought in the back of their mind: I don't want to do this, but I need the money. You get up, you go to work, you sit at your desk, you answer calls, you clock in, and somewhere inside you, there's this low grade depression. Not the kind where you can't get out of bed, but the kind where you feel disconnected from what you're doing. This kind, it's like the hours move slowly, right? And the paycheck feels like the only reason you're there. A lot of people mistake this feeling for laziness, but that's not what it is. Lazy people don't feel guilty about not working. Lazy people don't think about how to improve their life. Lazy people don't worry about the future. But the people experiencing this phenomenon often do. They want to work. They just don't want to do meaningless work forever. And that difference matters because historically, humans didn't always work the way we do today. For most of human history, work had a direct connection to survival. So you hunted, you built shelter, you farmed, you traded. Your effort created something tangible. You could see the result. But modern work often feels very different. You might spend 8 hours doing something that feels abstract: processing data, selecting products you don't care about, responding to emails. And at the end of the day, the only visible result is a paycheck. That psychological disconnect can create something researchers sometimes call alienation from labor. It's the feeling that your time and energy are being exchanged, but your identity and purpose aren't part of the equation. And this is why someone can be extremely hardworking but still feel miserable working. So the human brain evolved to seek progress, meaning, and autonomy, right? When those are missing, motivation drops. Even if the person is capable, even if they're disciplined, even if they're not lazy at all, another part of the problem is economic pressure. So most people don't have the luxury of saying, I'll just stop working. Rent still exists. Food still costs money. Bills still show up every month. So people continue working even when their mind is quietly resisting the environment they're in. So this creates a psychological state that looks like burnout. But it's slightly different. It's not exhaustion from too much effort. It's emotional fatigue from effort that feels disconnected from meaning. And that's why so many people say the same sentence: I hate working, but I need money. The truth is, the real issue usually isn't the work itself, right? Humans actually like effort. We like building things. We like solving problems. We like improving. But we struggle when the effort feels detached from purpose or control. The good news is that there are ways to shift out of this mindset. Not overnight, but gradually. The first thing that helps is changing how you think about your current job. Instead of viewing it as your life's purpose, view it as fuel. Fuel for the life you're trying to build. Fuel for skills. Fuel for opportunities. Fuel for the next move. This small mental shift can reduce the feeling that your life is being wasted. The second thing that helps is building something outside of work. It could be a YouTube channel, a skill, a business idea, a creative project. When people have something they're building on their own terms, the psychological weight of their job decreases. Because work is no longer the center of their identity, it becomes a system support instead of a cage. So the third thing that helps is reintroducing progress into your life. So progress is one of the most powerful motivators in human psychology, like learning a skill, improving your body, building an audience, creating something. When progress exists somewhere in your life, the brain starts producing motivation again, even if your job hasn't changed yet. And finally, it helps to understand something important. Feeling depressed about meaningless work doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It might mean your brain is correctly detecting a lack of purpose. That discomfort can actually be information, a signal that you're capable of more than routine survival, a signal that your mind wants to build something of its own. And historically, The people who changed their lives weren't the ones who loved every job they had. They were the ones who used those jobs as temporary stepping stones. So if you've ever thought, I don't like working, but I need money, you're not alone. You're not lazy. You're just experiencing a modern psychological conflict. The challenge isn't learning how to avoid work. The challenge is learning how to move from survival work to meaningful effort. And that journey usually starts quietly with one skill, one idea, one project, built slowly while the job keeps the lights on. So, for anyone that's struggling with going to work or they're depressed about going to work, look at this video. Let this video be a reminder of your purpose. Use it as a stepping stone. So, you guys, I'll see you on the next video. Tell me what you thought about this. Go ahead and comment below, and then I'll see you later, okay?